Hi, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. Today we are making dinner rolls. If I look similar to a different video from a while back, it's because half the recipe went towards that and half the recipe went towards these dinner rolls. But let's get to it. It's time for another episode of Cooking with Kaitlin. That's me. Enjoy! All right, now we're putting in a cup and a half of hot water, half a cup of sugar, 1 cup of milk, 1 stick of butter, then a teaspoon of salt. Alright, so I guess I'm just gonna whisk that around. Something came out. Come on, here you. Alright. We're just gonna stir while the butter melts. Just let it do its thing. Alright. Wrapper come up on the butter side. So we're just stirring with that melt. Alright, now I've got a cup I already pre-measured of lukewarm water, so not hot, but lukewarm water. And 2 tablespoons of sugar. So we're just going to stir till it dissolves. So the sugar over there, because I'd hate to spill that. Just get it all nicely mixed in, and we're going to add our yeast. I remember having to do something like this in science class, but I believe it was with salt. I remember how to do it. Alright, now we are adding instant yeast, doing 3 packets of it. Not 3 packets, 3 packages, however you want to phrase it. Alright, I'm getting that third one in there. Let me double check. I don't remember if I stir or if I just leave it. Yeah, we're gonna stir it in until it gets foamy. We're gonna stir it in and then let it kind of rise. We're gonna stir it until it gets a little foamy, then we're gonna let it do its thing for about 15 minutes. can really smell that yeast. Get all that mixed in. Sounds like they're supposed to. Alright, so check back in about 15 minutes. Alright, so our yeast got nice and foamy. We're going to put it into our butter mixture now. And it's all reacting. Our butter had melted and then it's kind of clotting. But we're going to stir everything in and up and around. That'll be fine. I have faith. Now we're going to be adding flour. We're going to straight off the bat add in 2 cups. Get that mixed in. We'll be adding some more after that. Definitely need more than this much flour because it's still so liquidy. Just trying to get it out that. It's just occurring to me that I should have used my stand mixer because I think I have a bread handle, something like for doing stuff like this. And if I had thought about it at length, I would have remembered. Well, we'll remember for the next time. Do remember that I'm using this as a start for 2 different recipes, so you'll hear me say this twice. It's not that I didn't learn my lesson, though not to say I wouldn't forget sometimes in the future, but at least for that, that's why. Okay. All right, now we're going to be adding in another 3 cups of flour, but we're doing it 1 cup at a time. Stirring in. So there's our first. Okay. There's our second cup. And then our third cup. Even that's not all the flour, there'll still be a little bit more, but it's the main chunk of it all. Right before I move to the next, hang on one sec. All right, just had to wash hands. Also floured the surface. Gonna pour all the dough out. Wind up adding more flour in as we need it. As we need it and while we need it. Ha, homonyms. Such fun. Hopefully y'all find it as funny as I do. We've got a couple more cups of flour on the side that we'll be sprinkling in while we need. We'll use, depending on kind of how long it takes to get more to the texture, might use all 2 of them, might only use 1 of them. If it's not quite there after the 2 cups, and whatever's sprinkled on this, then we might have to get a little bit more. And that's okay. I'm gonna just get that out. Yep. Just trying to make sure we're getting all of it that we can. Not wasting all this goodness. All right. I'm going to start by sprinkling some on there. You want to never know why you don't add more of it when it's still in the bowl. I feel like I've done this before, the different recipe, and it was kind of the same thing. Like, okay, you want it kneaded. I guess maybe it's something about kneading the flour into it as opposed to just stirring it in the bowl. But I'm going to research that before the next time I do something like this. I hope I remember. Because it does just wind up so much messier and seems unnecessarily so. There we go. Now it's getting in to the texture we're wanting. See, I don't see why you can't do that and then take it out and knead it and add a little more flour then. Or all on the stand mixer. I have to see if that bread thing on the stand mixer also is something that needs it, or if you still have to take it out and knead by hand. I've got some research to do, y'all. I've got some research to do. But this is nothing if not a learning process altogether frequently. If you can learn from me and things I do that it's like, could this be a little less complicated? Then I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you guys having it a little less complicated. Sticky my hands are. course, with everyone having learned to do all the bread stuff so early in COVID, and me coming late to the party, maybe everybody already knows all this stuff that I don't. I should have researched more. That's okay. And you guys, if I don't remember to cut this down, you just have to watch all of it. Because I can't touch anything on the laptop right now to stop it, 'cause my hands are so covered. Well, I incorporate. Yeah, we're gonna need more flour. Way too sticky. All right, here's hoping that this is enough to do the trick. Still got some more standby if needed. But I think we're more in the right wheelhouse now. All right, got a few kind of sticky spots. We've also got plenty of flour to help not have it all be all over my fingers like the last time. Okay. So yes, now I can just knead it. So that's good. Oop, found a pretty sticky spot. Let's get our flour in on that. All right. It's so much easier on the fingers now. One sec. All right, now we're going to put it all in a pre-greased, or pre-oiled bowl. I'm going to cover it with a towel, and we'll check back in about 30 minutes. All right, so we can see that the dough has risen, pretty much doubled in half. We're going to just punch it down and then divide it into two, doing one recipe for one video and the other recipe for the other video, depending on which one you're viewing. They will be posted a little bit apart. All right, I'm just gonna separate it into two, then come back. All right, so we're doing our dinner rolls. We're just getting little handfuls and just trying to kind of squeeze them and reshape them. That one was not the best shaped, but it was the first one, so it is what it is. We're just placing them in rows around. Then we're going to cover them and let them rise up one more time. And then we're going to bake them. We've got our oven preheating to 350 just for that, so I'll check back in a sec. All right, so you see we've got our little dozen rolls there. We're just going to cover them for about 30 minutes, let them rise again, then we'll put them in the oven. Sorry, I almost forgot we were going to brush these with butter and then cover them. Only a delay of a minute or two, so not bad. All right, but we're just covering them with about a tablespoon of melted butter and then covering them with a little dish towel and checking back about 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. All right. All right, we see they've risen up so nicely. Now we're going to put them in the oven for 30 minutes, and then we'll check back and see that they're done. So a few minutes more than 30 just to get them nice and brown. It's about 33 minutes. But there they are. Just going to let them cool for a few. Then, add whatever you want. Serve them with your dinner. Bon appetit.